Hello everybody, it is Krahmon again with another deck review, and this is my current deck I'm using for my ranked play, and it's doing pretty solid. And this is a Gono, which is a mono green, just a name I call mono green. Anyway, to start the deck off, we have Llanowar Elves, and then we have Merfolk Branchwalker. This is a 2-drop, 2/1. As it enters the battlefield, it explores. Up next, we have Wildgrowth Walker. This is a 2-drop, 1/3, and whenever a creature you control explores, put a +1/+1 counter on this, and you gain 3 life. So really good combination, good synergy. Up next, we have Blanchwood Armor. 3-drop enchantment, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each forest you control. Very potent, very powerful. Next we have Colossal Majesty, and this is a 3-drop enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Very important because green does not have a lot of draw power. Up next we have Elvish Rejuvenator, and this is a 3-drop 1/1. As it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This is a great early ramper, and even a late game ramper as well, in case you're still struggling to cast one of the bigger creatures. That's very nice. Up next we have the Jadelight Ranger, and this is a excuse me. This is a 3-drop 2/1. And when it enters the battlefield, it explores, then it explores again. So this is a double explorer. So, and for each one of the instances of exploring, the Wildgrowth Walker gets a +1/+1 counter, and you gain 3 life. So that's 6 life, and 2 +1/+1 counters for the Walker. So good synergy with that. Up next, we have the Steel Leaf Champion. It's a 3-cost 5/4. And it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. A very, very good beat stick. Up next, we have a Path of Discovery. And this is a 4-cost enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it explores. And I would definitely like to be running 2 more of these. I just do not have them at this time. I will be working towards that, and maybe making this deck just a little more potent, a little more synergistic. That's not even a word, but anyway, you get where I'm going. Well, so wild growth and everything just keeps getting better. Next we have the Gigantosaurus, and this is a 5-cost 10/10, and this is just a monster, and a lot of people do not like seeing this thing come out. It gets a lot of heat, but not nearly as much heat as Vivien Reid does. And this is a 5-cost Planeswalker with 5 loyalty. And for +1, you look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. For -3, you destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. This is a very important card because this deck does not have a way to deal with flyers. So if they're not running tons of flyers, she is great. You just take out the one flyer that's out and continue your ground game. Very fun. But the main reason this card gets so much heat is because of her final ability, which is -8. You get an emblem with creatures you control get +2/+2, have vigilance, trample, and indestructible. Nobody likes seeing that happen, so they tend to try to target her early. So, but she's a very good card. Up next, we have Carnage Tyrant. This is a 6-drop 6/6, and it can't be countered. It has trample and hexproof, so very fun, evil card. Next, we have the Pelakka Wurm. Now, this one I wasn't sure about when I first put it in here. I was thinking, well, I have the mana ramping, so it should work. Now that I've played this deck repeatedly, I'm actually really enjoying this card because nobody really expects this card. And for 7, you get a 7/7 Trampler with, when it enters the battlefield, you gain 7 life. And then when Pelakka Wurm dies, you draw a card. So this is actually a really good card. This is actually an old card that they've been reprinting a lot. It's a really powerful green card. And again, green doesn't have a lot of draw, so, you know, if it does get killed, that gives you another draw, so that's also nice. And then up next we have Ghalta, Primal Hunger, and this is a 12 cost 12/12 trample, and it costs X colorless less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. If you get one Gigantosaurus out, this thing becomes a 2-drop 12/12. Very powerful. And then we have 21 forests, and that rounds out the main deck. And now let's go to the sideboard. I have just a bunch of additional copies in here, just in case I feel I need them more. I have a 4th Merfolk Branchwalker, a 4th Wildgrowth Walker, a 4th Elvish Rejuvenator, a 4th Jadelight Ranger, a 3rd Vivien Reid, and a 4th Carnage Tyrant. And then we have 3 Find and Finalities. We're only running this for the Find ability, which is return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand. This can be extremely good if you're running into a lot of removal. You swap this in, you know, a lot of fun. Up next we have Amulet of Safekeeping. This is a 2-drop artifact. Whenever you become the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 1 colorless. And creature tokens get -1, -0, so this can help against the token swarming as well. Very nice little card. And then to round out the sideboard, we have Transmogrifying Wand. This is a 3-drop artifact. It enters with 3 charge counters on it. And you can pay 1 colorless, tap, and remove a charge counter to destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 2/4 white ox creature token. And activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So this is for removing creatures that you're having difficulty with. What I would do, though, is that when you swap this in, I would definitely swap in the Amulet of Safekeeping. And that will help counteract the power for the token that you give them. So another little fun combo. But anyway, guys, that has been my current deck for rank play. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it gives you some ideas. And as always, thank you for hanging out. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Feel free to drop a like, subscribe to see more content, and I will catch you guys later.